Clippers. This is going to be my first video that I have ever made, and today I'm going to be talking about romance. So, I was watching movies all day today. They were all romantic movies, and I was learning. See, a lot of people say like we shouldn't believe in fairy tales and all this other stuff, but you know what? Love is not fairy tale. I don't feel like it is, at least. A lot of stuff in the movies are actually, I feel like, primary examples of how relationships should be and how couples should be. And there's not really a good enough reason why they should not. There is no reason why you should not believe that your relationship can't be how the way you see it in movies, because there is. It's just all about the individuals of the people and how they think and how their mindsets is and what you deal with, and who your other half is and who do you want to spend the rest of your life with. I'm gonna say this: I'm only 19, but I do realize a lot. I'm the oldest child, and I learned, growing up and seeing and experience, watching my mom go through things and experiencing. So I want to say this. The reason I made this video too is because, you know, I want to be like a marriage counselor someday or something. I see myself helping out couples a lot because I see on both sides of the fence. In these movies that I was watching today, I kind of seen something similar to my relationship and how it was going. There were a few couples in this movie where they loved each other, they planned on getting married, but things still got in the way. And the one I just watched, what happened in that one was basically there was a couple, everything was going smooth, it was going great, and this man really loved the woman he wanted to spend the rest of his life with, and he was getting ready to marry this woman. They were already engaged and everything, and they were at the rehearsal dinner, and family and friends, everybody was there, and when it was his after he got done speaking, his fiance came up and spoke, and she just basically kind of told him like how she just couldn't do the marriage no more, like she didn't want to get married anymore, and the guy was ran after her, confused. A couple of days later they had met back up to talk and everything, and he just asked her like, why did you do all that, and why did you wait so long to say all of this, like, what was your problem? Like, we're about to get married, and you kind of embarrassed me in front of all my family and friends. And this story in particular, it stuck out to me because it's not exactly the same thing that I'm going on, but it's very similar. And it was just kind of showing, like after he found out, like all of this and all of that happened, he just kind of left her alone and he didn't want to be bothered with her. And of course, what happened was, she just kind of told him like she wasn't ready, and she just wasn't ready to commit herself all the way to him. And he asked her like, what do you feel like you're missing? Like, what else is there out there that you want to do that you feel like you haven't done? You want to go out there and see more guys, and like what's your point? What haven't you done? What can't you do with me? You know what I'm saying? That you feel like you need to conquer yourself. What am I going to stop you from conquering? And and she just kind of was like, I don't know what I wanted to do. I just feel like I'm missing something. I don't know exactly what it is, so I need time to get my head wrapped around everything. Okay, so her friend introduced her to this little hotline thing, and she basically got on there, and she was trying to find another guy, just to have conversation with, because she couldn't sleep that night after the talk, and she just kind of had visualizations in her dreams about that day at the rehearsal dinner, of her, basically telling him that she couldn't marry him basically no more. And so she woke up and she started, looking for a conversation with a guy. And I didn't really get that far yet to see if they actually met up in person, after the conversation or not. But one thing I want to point out is if you really love somebody, and y'all both know that y'all officially are with each other once and y'all know each other, relationship going smooth, and that person is going to be for you, don't ever second guess things and put that person on hold, just so you can go play around someone, because that type of stuff needs to be handled before that day comes and you actually decide, okay, yeah, we're going to get married, because that's a play around, and that causes confusion in a relationship, and that's not okay at all. It's kind of similar, to my relationship I got. Like I said, I'm only 19, but I've been with my boyfriend on and off for almost 5 years now, okay? And I know how he is, I know how to operate him and I operate with him, and I love him, okay? I love him to death. Like, he's really a great boyfriend. He can be very stubborn at times. He overthinks, and when he overthinks, sometimes he makes decisions that hurt me, but he says it's decisions that he has to go through for him to understand, which is kind of understandable, And one point of time, after one of our breakups, we had just got back together. We've been back together for about, I don't know, almost going on 8 months now. It's like 7.5, somewhere in there. Or 7.5. Let's just say 8 months, so I'm not gonna confuse myself. Um, and I told him once before, like, I don't want to get back together if you're not officially ready to be in this relationship. And what I meant by that is I didn't want no more playing around, and I'm in that mode to where I am ready to commit myself, with him completely, for the simple fact is I don't see myself getting with anybody else. I mean, he doesn't do me so bad to where, I'm just like, because I know there's some women out there that will linger on to something, what I'm saying, that they don't need to linger on to. And that man could be hurting them, abusing them. They can be taking, knowing that they out there cheating, what I'm saying, still hanging on to that. One thing I'm going to say is don't be no sucker for no man that is mentally abusing you, physically abusing you. You don't need to settle down for that. None of that type of stuff. But let me not get off a track. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, yeah, don't ever put nobody on hold that you love, Sometimes I asked my boyfriend this, what else is there out there that you need to do? If you know physically in your heart, what I'm saying, like, I'm the only one you need to be with, then what are we putting on hold? I honestly, age ain't nothing but a number, but your mental levels are a completely different thing, If y'all feel like y'all are ready to go through that, then go through that. But whatsoever, I feel like I am mentally, but he's not. And this is gonna kind of shake our relationship just a little bit, because you have one person that's ready to go all the way in, and one that's just kind of struggling to get there but don't know how to get there, or not even sure if they're even ready for that commitment, And I say this: if you are with somebody and you still got things that you need to handle them, if it's gonna, put y'all relationship in danger, basically, or what I'm saying, misled, make sure you do those things before the relationship. Don't wait till the last minute and have that person's hopes up, because that's going to cause confusion. That's going to break their heart. They're not going to know how to feel about you. And then what's going to happen is that's going to turn y'all against each other, and y'all both going to walk away, you know what I'm saying? Or, maybe If that one person is ready and you ain't ready to let go of that person, or you really do care about that person and they walk away, you know what I'm saying, and you don't hear from them, everything, that's going to make you worried. I don't want y'all to be afraid, but sometimes as men or women, if we're ready to make those steps and we have somebody that we know loves us, and they show it at times, or even in this throughout the relationship, but they're not ready to jump, you know what I'm saying, into that strong committed relationship, sometimes we do have to turn away and act like we're walking away or whatnot, just to open that person's eyes, because now they're like, damn, this I love this person, and they just walk away. I don't know, you know what I'm saying, what they're about to do. They're worried about you. You ain't answering their phone calls. And then sometimes we have to do that to open that other person's eyes so they can see what they're missing if you leave. You know what I'm saying? Then again, you do get them people where they just don't care, you know what I'm saying? And, that was just never meant to be for the jump. But yeah, I just got on here to show a brief story of how to handle things in situations, and tell you guys how I feel about relationships. You guys can, I don't even, you guys can share this video, subscribe it, follow it, and if you guys want me to do it, and if you guys need any more relationship tips, you guys can just here, I'm going to put my Instagram down here, and you guys can follow me on there, and you guys can also comment under this video after I posted it, and tell me what you guys think and what you guys need to know, and I will surely post some more videos. This is not even going to be my last one. I'm going to keep posting them. We're going to actually get this started, and as you can see, you guys can probably tell that I'm new to this, and this is my first time because I didn't stutter probably a couple of times, got stuck on a couple of words, but yeah, this try with me, I will get better at this. And if you like my tips, like I said, subscribe it, ask questions, and comment. Okay, bye bye.